welcome back to the Village Hall from Page to Stage. I'm your host, Matt Ogden, and this man right here is Mr. Richard Sykes, the writer of this very musical. And today, Rich, where are we?
Oh, we're in Willshaw. It's fantastic. Now, Willshaw is kind of between Honley and Meltham, and it's its own entity. We love Willshaw, so we've also got Liz here, who's deeply embedded in Willshaw Village Hall. Helped to create it. I think you came here as a child, didn't you?
I did.
It was
I came
a school.
to school here.
Yeah. When it was a mixed age school.
It was. Where we are now was the junior part.
Yeah.
And where the kitchen is now was the infant school. My auntie was the headmistress, and her sister was the teacher, and my mother was the dinner lady.
Oh,
it's a family affair, isn't it?
So, with the family being so entrenched here, and it stopped being a school, didn't it?
Yes.
Was that around mid-70s?
Yes, 1974. And then it was empty for 8 years. And then it was in the time when Kirklees was sort of being...
Oh, from Huddersfield Council was becoming Kirklees Council.
And so they decided they would give the building back to Willshaw and gave it to the Eleanor Hurst trustees to look after.
Right.
So, and that's when we became a village hall.
Perfect. The birth of a village hall.
Yes.
So that was early 80s then?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So from there, has it been a battle to try and keep it as a village hall, as a local community's amenity?
Unfortunately, yes.
They frequently are.
A few years ago, the Eleanor Hurst trustees came to our AGM and announced that they were selling the hall and the house next door. And we said, it's a community asset, we're going to fight this. Mm. And after solicitors and barristers, they were told they had to sell us the hall and the schoolhouse. And then they changed their minds 4 days later.
I mean, even before that, solicitors, barristers, this all sounds very expensive.
Yeah, it's very political for the community village hall, isn't it?
It took all our funds, £10,000, to fight for it.
Which could have been used to actually do renovations and everything you need to.
Anyhow, we won the battle. They gave us 8 weeks to raise £240,000.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, and we were very lucky that some people put some money on the table and said, go get it.
Wow.
And
now that's community.
Yeah. And so we sold the house, which didn't quite wipe off all the debt, and we're down to £32,000 now that we owe. We keep chipping away, as well as doing all these lovely renovations.
Yeah. We've noticed it looks absolutely splendid. The thing about the hall is it's maintained its integrity as a beautiful building. I mean, you were talking to us about the fact that you've seen all the changes. You've seen the toilets move from being outside toilets when you were a child to coming inside to
flushable toilets.
Yeah.
As well.
to coming inside the hall, and then you adding the extension to build the proper facilities and make everything wheelchair
friendly, disabled toilet, and the kitchen is wheelchair friendly.
Yeah.
With an island in the middle of it as well.
Yeah, but the island's a certain height.
And spaced apart to allow a wheelchair to fully access.
Yeah, and we've had a wheelchair there, so it does work.
I have noticed there is no tea urn in this. I was shocked and appalled, but I was told by Peter there's a kettle.
Excellent.
There's two kettles.
Two kettles? How dare I? I'm so sorry.
He doesn't appreciate a good cup of tea. Or coffee.
The fact is, Liz, that what we've done with the musical is seems to map identically onto every single model of a village hall, because you all need certain things inside it. You need a large space to do clubs and things. You also need a kitchen. You need toilets, and so things like the fire escape and the hatch. These are fundamentals of every village hall.
And of course, a store cupboard that's always locked under safety by the guardian of the keys.
But it's always heaving to the brim with stuff.
Absolutely packed full of Prosecco paint tins and all sorts of other things beginning with
tennis
paint.
table. Tell us a bit about how this facility is used, though, Liz.
Oh, we have Alliance Dance, who come 3 times a week.
Alliance Dance?
Alliance.
Okay.
Alliance
Dance Academy for kids.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And adults.
And adults.
And adults, yes. They do it from little toddlers right the way up.
Oh,
brilliant.
Dance. And we have yoga.
Excellent.
And,
Does everyone bring their mats?
Oh, yes.
Good.
Yes. Pilates on a Sunday morning. Table tennis, but that's seasonal.
Sure.
We have a new person joining us on a Tuesday, which is.
Oh, you told me this.
Yeah.
This is the infants reflexology.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes, to teach the parents and the carers.
Yeah.
We've got a guitar group that comes on the second Thursday of the month.
Wow.
And we have yoga retreats at weekends and lots of birthday parties.
Yeah, I should imagine you have lots of special events as well. And am I right in thinking you're going to be part of the Home Firth Art Circle?
We are. We're at going to be a fringe event here.
Lovely.
On the, I think that's the Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, perfect.
And just down the road at the church as well.
So this is all upcoming and relevant. Oh, that's brilliant. I love the fact that you can have a space like this that offers so much functionality. And it's a testament to you guys how good it looks.
And the adaptability of the space as well. Because you've got such an open space here, I guess you can kind of pretty much just allow it to be changed around for each class depending on their needs and how they need to set up.
And it's still developing. You've put a mezzanine in. We're looking at it now.
Yes, yeah, that's. We thought it was a waste of space.
Yeah.
So, like last Sunday, we had afternoon tea and sparkle with guests, the Valley Flutes, and we sat up there like a minstrel's gallery.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, nice. What, overlooking something else happening down here then?
Well, we had all the tables and china cups and saucers.
Oh, wow. I bet that looked amazing.
How many are on the committee?
About 9 or 10.
That's exactly what we've got.
Is that literally bang on exactly what
we've got?
How much has he told you about Cheeley Village Hall so that you can compare notes and see how much it relates to you?
Hasn't really told me anything, but I have got my ticket.
Oh, excellent.
Right.
See, you need to get your tickets, everybody watching as well or listening.
Yes, well, what we'll do, folks, is if you haven't got tickets yet, we'll put a little QR code in front of our Liz here, and you can scan that, and it'll take you through to the Lawrence Batley website, where you can buy tickets. The show runs from the 10th of September through to the 13th of September, and tickets are flying out the door, so please make sure you book early for this one. Thank you. Public service announcement done. Do you want to tell me about the socials, Mr. Matt?
Yeah, so you can always follow us along on our little journey. So we've got the Instagram, haven't we? It's at the Village Hall Musical. And of course, you can always go back and you can listen or you can watch all of the previous podcasts from By George all the way through to the Village Hall on Mr. Richard Sykes' YouTube channel. Just search Rich Sykes.
Yes.
You can also head to richsykes.com, which is Richard's website, where you'll be able to see all the things about the previous shows he's done and obviously the information on the Village Hall too.
Yeah, and future shows too. You know, there's plenty coming up, so you can check all that there. Thank you so much for allowing us here, Liz.
You're welcome.
Bless you,
It's
brother.
absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. So, big thanks to Liz from Willshaw Village Hall for joining us today.
Oh.
And yeah, it was really nice to kind of find out about the history of it and the fact that it's been a part of her family for so many years.
Yeah, and that she's fought for it. I mean, that's really important. It shows how important these buildings are to people.
Yeah.
You know, in the absence of things like churches leading community anymore, and the death of that kind of that sort of old style religion, suddenly people need a focus for their communities, and Village Halls are superb.
They're absolutely that, yeah. And like the fact that just as we were outside, they were telling us all about the door restoration and how much that cost, and then the fact that they had to fight to use the front gate again of their own village hall once they acquired the rights finally to actually have the ownership of the village hall and the tarmacking of the car park.
Absolutely, it looks immaculate.
It's
but
fantastic,
also, they've just told us about the front door. They've had a new front door put on, and it's cost them $2,000. But of course it does.
Yeah.
You know, these things do cost. Liz mentioned that she got quite tetchy when we said, "Oh, it's for kids, then, is it?" And she said, "Oh no, for all ages."
That was my fault.
Oh, you were told told off royally there.
Apologies for that.
No, but the point about the number we're going to discuss today is that it is about the older end and how they tend to be treated by some of the village halls and some of the classes. There is a sort of patronising notion about things like if they call them silver surfers. It's a computer group. So what? They call it silver surfers. Or if the aerobics involves them being sat down, it's called chair-robics. And these titles have a sort of connotation of we're doing it for the oldies now.
It's less capable than the normal version.
I despise that. So I wrote a song about that. But it didn't start out as that song. You've heard me talk about my method of songwriting, which is basically stick it in my head about what I want of a night.
Go to sleep. Write the full musical.
And I wake up with it. I have no idea how it works. This one was slightly different. And I knew I needed a specific song.
Yeah.
And I'd had an idea. The one I actually woke up with was a song called Funny How Time Slips Away. Because I wanted something that was funny and about time slipping away. A genius to call it Funny How Time Slips Away, and it's one of the worst songs.
Sounds negative.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst songs.
You're almost celebrating the fact that people are going older and becoming less capable.
It was
it's the inverse of what you want to do.
Yeah, it was. The tune wasn't good either.
Yeah.
But the lyrics were, well, hello there. It's been a long time. How am I doing? Oh, well, I guess I'm doing fine. And it's awful. But again, if you write it during the night, I have to write it down because you never know, it might come in.
Yeah.
And the only three things I kept from that were three words: I'm doing fine.
Nice.
And so from there, I reverse engineered a song. When you're writing comedy songs, there is a rule of three. And there's a rule of three with a lot of comedy.
I think we covered this last season.
Last season in By George, yes.
Yes, but let's go over it again for the new viewers.
No, it's a very simple strategy in terms of if you're setting up a gag, you set it up once. There's a setup, and then there's a reinforcement layer. You have to do a second time to make sure that people know a gag is coming, and then you hit the payoff. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's a rule of three. And that applies really well to comedy songs. In fact, it's almost essential. Comedy songs run very quickly. And in order to get a laugh out of it, it has to be, well, it doesn't have to be, but it should be formulaic. So that the audience knows there's a laugh coming and I can hit a laugh here.
You lay it up to set up the joke.
Exactly. There are people who do this really, really well. Victoria Wood does this. It's a component part of songs like Let's Do It and Don't Get Cocky. I'll play a few examples of that. So here is a song called Don't Get Cocky. It's by Victoria Wood, and I recorded it during the pandemic when I was doing my Tune a Day series. And you'll see what I mean. Listen out for those triple rhymes because they'll be coming thick and fast. Cheers.
We congratulate you on losing weight. Don't get cocky, baby, you're gonna be back next month. We'd say 6 days grace before you stuff your face. So don't get cocky, baby, you're gonna be back next month. Just take Valerie, wouldn't know a calorie if it came a bitter on the leg. She starves all day, then gives way, has 80 bacon butties and a large fried egg. You don't play hockey, babe, you do like chocky, babe. So don't get cocky, baby, you're gonna be back next month. Just take Reenie, fancied a bikini, resisted every snack. Stripped off in the Bahamas, had stretch marks like pyjamas. She grabbed a bar of chocolate in the next flight back. We don't grudge your fun, we just know that it can't be done. Spurn the spud or ban the bun, you'll soon wobble back next month. Just take Fiona, 27 stoner, slimmed herself to bone and specs. Her husband got conjugal, he threw away his bugle. He bought her tiny knickers and demanded sex. You're a smarty boots, we don't give two hoots. You'll be back in those crimpling trouser suits when you hurry back next month. Just take Heather, her jaws were wired together, an easy slimming method she had heard. Her husband didn't like a skimpy, he eloped with Wendy from the Wimpy. She watched them go and couldn't say a friggin' word. Don't forget God chose those blue eyes, that funny nose. He made those tissues adipose, and he'll bundle you back next month. Just take Winnie, like a barracks in a pinny, gave up food for Lent. Her weight loss was fantastic, but her skin is not elastic. Now she's an inefficient camper in a creased pink tent. Still, let's not pretend there's any decent reason why you should attend. It's the only place you're gonna find a fatter friend, so you'll need to come back next month. Alright, Skinny, off you sneak. You can turn the other cheek, but it's got you out the house twice a week, so you'll need to come back next month. You will. You need to come back next month. Get in your barrow. You're gonna be back next month. Well, it's the company, really, isn't it?
So, how else does this rule of three work then, Rich?
Well, you saw it there. One line follows another, and the rhymes just overlay each other. There are other examples from Victoria Wood, and I'll run through a couple of quick ones. She does a song called Saturday Night. Saturday Night is a song about two lovely ladies who are coming to town double quick because they're off for a night out. It's a Saturday night. They rendezvous in front of a pillar. Tracy's tall like Jonathan Miller. Nicola's more like Guy the Gorilla if Guy the Gorilla were thick. They're covered in perfumes, but these are misnomers. Nicola's scent could send dogs into comas. Tracy's kills insects and dustbin aromas, and also gets stains off the pan. Right. You can see the setup there. Yep. There are three lines. Diddle 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 diddle. But then there's this extra bit. There's a rhythm to it. So you do the three-line setup, and then there is the payoff. Victoria does this beautifully. Sometimes the payoff isn't a payoff. It's something the audience is familiar with. If you think about a song like Let's Do It, the ballad of Frida and Barry.
One of my favourites that Richard's ever done.
Let's do it, do it while the mood is right. She's established Let's Do It to begin with is the title. Or I Can't Do It. But Let's Do It is in there. And so the rule of three kicks in.
Okay.
I'm on fire with desire. I could handle half the tenors in a male voice choir.
Every time he says that.
Don't bully. I can't fully guarantee to cope without a rope and pulley.
See, it's in my head as well.
That's right. But you've got three rhymes there, and then let's do it tonight. So my point about this is that I reverse engineered a song to have that rhyme scheme. Diddle-a-da, diddle-a-da, diddle-a-diddle-a, diddle-a-da. And I wanted to finish with I'm Doing Fine. So I started writing I'm Doing Fine. Before I go into how the song actually works, I'll point out there's loads of examples of these triple rhymes, but there's multiple rhymes that work like this. And there are some incredibly talented songwriters. Lin-Manuel Miranda did this in Hamilton. And so here's a piece from Hamilton.
I'm trying to think which one it is now.
If you think about I'm not throwing away my shot.
Yes.
Let's listen to him do it. Okay, here we go.
I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting and passionately smashing every expectation, every action, act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. For the first time, I'm thinking past tomorrow.
So that was Lin-Manuel Miranda with an incredible song from Hamilton. I can't believe that kind of didn't immediately jump out at me, but I suppose it's because it's not really placed as a comedic song, is it? At all? It's the opposite, in fact. But it's a serious song, really.
Very much so. But the playfulness with language is what pervades Hamilton all the way through. It's the reason I absolutely fell in love with it.
It's that rhythmic kind of playfulness with the multiple crossovers of genres and styles.
You get it in rap. You do. It's epic throughout. If you go to things like 8 Mile, then
film.
Yeah, fantastic. But Lose Yourself in the Moment has all these.
We're down with the kids talking about rap on the podcast these days, guys.
But now I'm going to bring it back to aerobics.
To the minutiae of things.
Oh, you've been learning words, have you? I see.
Had to learn how to spell it.
The wonderful thing about these multiple rhymes is how playful they are.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one more example, and it's by a gentleman called Tom Lehrer.
Okay.
He did things within songs. So most of Tom Lehrer's songs are like call and response.
Right. Okay.
Whereby they will have a line first that will then rhyme to another with a payoff, and then another line with another rhyme for a payoff. But occasionally he goes into these incredible flights of fantasy in the middle of a song. There's a song called Poisoning Pigeons in the Park. All the world is in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all amidst laughter and merriment, except for the few we take home to experiment. My pulse will be quickening with each drop of strychnine we feed to a pigeon. It just takes a smidgen to poison a pigeon in the park. That's not the bit I'm talking about.
Bloody hell.
It's a wonderful song. It's really anarchic, and it was written in the 50s. I mean, this is good stuff. And Tom Lehrer's still alive.
Not like pigeons, this man.
He didn't, to be fair. I don't either.
Quite annoying.
But in the middle part of it, he goes into this. We've caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our games. In fact, let's hear Tom Lehrer do it. So this is a song, the middle bit of a song called Poisoning Pigeons in the Park. Do it.
We've gained notoriety and caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our games. They call it impiety and lack of propriety and quite a variety of unpleasant names. But it's not against any religion to want to dispose of a pigeon.
So now we've poisoned all the pigeons in the park. Tell us all about, I've just read the words muffin top.
Of course you
That's
have.
a spoiler. But tell us all about how that links into your creation of I'm Doin Fine.
I want to delve into your muffin top. I'm sorry. And I never thought I'd hear myself say that on a podcast. No, the way this links back to I'm Doing Fine is that I wanted that repeat repeat rhyme.
Yep.
And that triple
I'm
rhyme.
Doing Fine.
Yeah, to link back to I'm Doing Fine. So
Yep.
it is reverse engineering a comedy song from those inspirations.
Yep.
So let me read you one of the lyrics, as you've just referenced. My muffin top is showing and I finally twigged. I'm doing fine. I buy a larger size because I can't be frigged. I'm doing fine. Comfort over style is better by a mile, and tummy tucking knickers are more versatile. I'm grooving and I'm doing fine. So that is it. It's pretty much the same structure as Let's Do It.
It sounds like it was written by Bridget Jones.
Thank you very much. I'll take that as a huge plus. Because effectively that's what the song is doing.
Yeah.
It's saying to
Poking
people
fun at aging.
and the
right?
passage of time
Yeah.
and the fact that you are patronised as you get older.
Yeah.
Often with good reason, because I know to my cost that muffin tops need addressing. So I basically threw in as much as I could into this song.
Yeah.
I wrote verse after verse after verse. This is something that a lot of people did. Leonard Cohen did the same thing for a song called Hallelujah.
It just never ends, that song.
It goes on, but he wrote, I think it's legendary, he wrote about 80 verses for
Yeah,
it.
there's a lot.
But he also then edited. And this is where Maria comes in. Because she was able to go through the verses and say, that works, that's good, that really doesn't work. Oh dear God, what are you doing? So I'm going to tell you a few of the verses that made it and a few of the verses that didn't. So
Strap in, folks.
strap in, here we go.
It feels like something's rising. Let's broaden the horizon. This click and glitch and sit and twitch are ruddy patronising. Let's do it, 'cause I'm doing fine. My muffin top is showing and I finally twigged, but I'm doing fine. I buy a larger size 'cause I can't be frigged, but I'm doing fine. Comfort over style is better by a mile, and tummy tucking it 'cause I'm a versatile. I'm grooving, but I'm doing fine. I've tried to rid my life of all the fear and doubt, but I'm doing fine. Putting both my socks on tends to stress me out, but I'm doing fine. I never need to fret or ever get upset. I like to watch Repair Shop, but I'm not dead yet. I'm viewing, but I'm doing fine.
And well done, Maria. She agreed all of those straight off. Now,
Right.
this got through, which tells you a little bit about which didn't get through.
Right.
So I eat much less than I used to do, but I'm doing fine. Dinner after 7 means I can't sleep through, but I'm doing fine. Dissing dietitians, I lose my inhibitions and leave my window open just to purge my emissions. I'm brewing, but I'm doing fine.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah?
I can see that that's flatulent. It may be,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
No problem with that.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go.
God, what's this?
Now
next
then,
one?
my midlife crisis offered something new, but I'm doing fine. A parachute jump I thought would get me through, but I'm doing fine. I felt a G-force, I soiled me drawers and got it in the face when I pulled the rip cord. I'm zooming, but I'm doing fine. So we've developed from flatulence to following through, please, Matt. Thank you.
Sorry,
Yeah.
apologies.
And that made it through.
When I pulled the ripcord.
Yes.
Bloody hell.
So,
Right, that made it through.
that made it through.
Oh,
No, Maria
wow,
was
okay.
fine with this.
Okay.
That's fine.
Oh, here we go.
No,
Okay.
the next ones were axed.
Right.
Not because they were contentious, but perhaps because...
A bit far.
They weren't contentious enough, in my view.
okay.
Take a listen.
Okay.
I don't do drugs like the youth today, but I'm doing fine. I'm not inspired over wired play, but I'm doing fine. I wouldn't know what's in or know when to begin. I get my kicks off Tixie Licks and Benylin. I'm booging, but I'm doing fine. So drugs references,
Right.
fine, no
Right.
problem.
Oh, okay,
but it
yeah.
was deemed not quite funny enough.
Okay.
So, well, now I'm into shopping on the internet, but I'm doing fine. I'm browsing the reviews of my new leatherette, but I'm doing fine. I happen to click on a Frisian being born. Now my algorithm thinks I'm into animal porn. I'm mooing, but I'm doing fine. Now,
Right, I see where maybe Maria thought that one might.
what, bestiality?
Yeah. I think once you've entered into that realm.
No, I've got to be honest, the reason that one didn't make it through is because it's too complicated. There are so many concepts to get over there. I mean, you've
A Frisian being born.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
too wordy.
You have to know what a Frisian
You've got to know what a Frisian is. You've got to know what a leatherette is. I mean, it really is a bonkers verse.
I love that you use leatherette to rhyme on internet.
Internet, of course. Somebody's got to rhyme with internet.
True, yeah. True.
Answers on a postcard. Okay, so
Put down in the comments section
that went
below.
by the by. This one stayed, and you can hear that one at the end. Well, I'll play the song for you. Okay, next one. This was originally the end verse. I thought it was cracking, but I've realised it's utterly dreadful. So they say I've climbed life's treacherous road, but I'm doing fine. I've passed my peak and I've just plateaued, but I'm doing fine. Now I'm living to the max, but how can I relax? I'm so annoyed I can't avoid inheritance tax. I'm fuming, but I'm doing fine.
That's one for the Brexiteers. That one.
Brexiteers, but not just that. It doesn't work. They say I've climbed life's treacherous road. You don't climb a road.
No, you don't.
I've passed my peak and just plateaued. No, if you pass your peak, you go downhill. If you plateau, you're doing really
Staying
well.
the same, actually.
So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's drivel.
And living to the max.
Living to the max is fine.
Living to the max is almost, you're
it's-
going above the plateau,
Exactly.
really, aren't you?
So
Yeah.
it was incongruous, inconsistent, and dreadful. So there we go.
I see why you referenced Leonard Cohen, because we are on about a verse 95.
Oh, far more than this. Yeah, absolutely. But you throw as much mud at the wall as you can, and hopefully some of it sticks.
Mud.
Mud.
Right, okay, just to clarify.
I think you'll find family podcast. He says, when I'm about to do this.
You don't do dating when you're 55. Don't do it, just don't do it. The only ones you're into think you're half alive. Don't do it, just don't do it. Mating is hell, it never goes well. You're grateful if he's faithful and he doesn't smell. I'm wooing, but I'm doing fine. Now me and my old fella's trying something fresh, but I'm doing fine. I bought a skimpy car coat that reveals more flesh, but I'm doing fine.
Spice in the mix, we're learning new tricks. We're dogging in a lay-by off the A26. I'm booming, it's all consuming. Listen, I'm booming, but I'm doing blooming fine. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's stayed. That's it. Oh yes, that's it. So we have our dogging line in there.
That's your let's do it, isn't it?
Possibly. But the fact is,
Barry and Frida didn't get away with that one.
but in the same way as Let's Do It works, it's a sprawling comedy song with all these...
Sprawling?
Yeah, that's what it is. Because different people are singing different lines. I don't think it'd work if everyone was singing, or just one person was singing the song.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different ways it's coming in. But
So-
in the same way that Barry and Frida have alternative points of view, this is kind of chucking that in the mix as well.
So so now we've explored what did and what didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
How does this kind of work in the musical? At what point are we looking at this? Because I'm guessing it's delivered by multiple characters, as you say.
It is. It's delivered by the Aerobics and Silver Surfers class.
Who are happening to be at the same time but separate classes because of the plot, surprisingly.
That's right. There is a plot, amazingly, but they find that there are similarities between the classes in that they're both being patronised.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. They come together with this one song. I'm maybe doing everything may be falling apart. Everything is going wrong, but I'm doing fine. And that's the message of this song. It also finishes the show. Do you remember, people who are listening may well remember that in By George, it finished not with the big number, but with a reprise of Yorkshire Born and Bred after the bows. And so that ended the show quite neatly. It rounded things off.
Yeah.
But with this one, Maria wanted exactly the same again. So again, I put I'm Doing Fine into my head of a night and thought, okay, well, good luck. See what comes out in the morning. And yeah, it now finishes the show. So here's the final song of the show for the after bows.
There's no spoilers.
No spoilers.
There's no spoilers.
We reached the end of the village hall. We're doing fine. You came to see it, so we thank you all. You're looking fine. These in the round shows will always expose the one across from you who kept on picking their nose. It's something, but now we're done. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
So, we've heard the finale to the show. Luckily, no spoilers.
Yes.
So, still get your tickets because
Yeah.
you haven't heard the whole show. And yeah, next week, Richard, we've got a busy week ahead of us, haven't we? We're not going to spoil where we're going.
No,
but
it's hugely busy.
It's going to be exciting.
We've got an awful lot to do, and
Yes.
so please, folks, subscribe to the feed. Make sure you're subscribed if you're on YouTube, if you're in a podcast app.
Yeah, if you're on Apple Podcasts or
Yeah.
Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts from, make sure that you're liking and subscribing so that you can stay tuned on all the Village Hall from Page to Stage updates.
You can also leave us a review if you find us entertaining on Apple Podcasts.
Hopefully.
Or if you're not, then that 1-star button's always there as a release. So from me and from Matt and from the gorgeous Willshaw Village Hall. Amazing place.
Yeah, excellent. Till next time, Rich.
See you, Matt.
Goodbye.
Bye.